Hey guys, it's Mystic, and this is my mom. So today I was gonna do a mom tag, so we're gonna go ahead and start. Okay, I'm gonna start the questions now. So the first question. Okay, let me try to do this with my paw, not ruining the magic. The first question is, how old were you when you had your first child?
21. A very good age. I was grown. And I had Blue Cross Blue Shield that paid for my child's birth when I worked at the Milwaukee Center for Independence. Next.
Okay, the next question is, what was the hardest thing about being pregnant for 9 months?
The hardest thing about being pregnant for 9 months? Well, let's see here. I couldn't stuff myself and eat like I wanted to. And I was so full already. Okay.
Okay. The third question is, can you think of any good things you enjoyed doing those 9 months?
Yes. When I was pregnant with you, well, actually it was for 8 months because you were premature. So when I was pregnant with you, I used to make sure that I run me a nice hot tub of water every night. And I would read. I would read to you. And it was a book, a specific book. And it was, I think if I can recall the name of it, 9 months of pregnancy, something like that. And each month you would read a chapter, and it was a pretty thick chapter. It was the book was like this, a phone book. And you would read through each chapter through the month that you're pregnant. So if you're 3 months pregnant, you're going to be reading the 3rd chapter. If you're 4 months pregnant, you're going to be reading the 4th chapter. But when we got to the 8th chapter, Ivana came to this world.
Fourth question. In your opinion, were all the things you hear about childbirth accurate or way off?
Accurate. All the things that I actually heard about childbirth were accurate. And I heard a lot of things from my mother, Betty Louise Doherty. And when I was working, like I say, at the Milwaukee Center for Independence, I used to take care of like 200 senior citizens that used to give me tips on what to do and what not to do while I was pregnant. And the exercising part, I should have listened to them because I used to have a section in my program where I used to have the senior citizens exercising. And I would put my hands over my head doing different exercises, and they were like, "You're pregnant, don't put your hands over your head and move around like that." And I'm like, "Why?" And they told me because the umbilical cord gets tangled around the baby. And guess what? Ivana was born 8 months because the umbilical cord had severed. Because I was steadily doing exercises and had my hands above my head like I wasn't supposed to. So a lot of things were accurate.
What would you have handled childbirth differently if you could redo it?
What would I have handled? What did you say that again?
Would you have handled childbirth differently if you could redo it?
Well, I wouldn't have exercised like that. With my hands over my head, you would have been a full-term baby, possibly. But, I mean, you're still fine the way you are. You did pretty good. You looked like a little chicken when you were born, though.
Oh, my gosh.
A little chicken with little feathers on the head right here.
Okay. What would be your advice for someone who is about to have a baby?
My advice for someone who's about to have a baby: make sure you breathe while you're having your what do they call labor? They're labor pains. You make sure you breathe through them because the pain hurts you so much that you can't concentrate and you're hyperventilating and you're not breathing. Once you begin to breathe through your labor pains, your laboring of the baby coming out, you breathe and you take real deep breaths in and out and make sure you concentrate and you won't lose focus. And it won't hurt as much.
What was the hardest thing about being a mom?
The hardest thing about being a mom. Oh boy. Couldn't go out and kick it like I wanted to. No, not really though. No, the hardest thing about being a parent was making sure that everything was done on a timely fashion. You have to make sure that bills are paid. You got to jump back on track after you have the baby because you're off for, your maternity leave, and then you have to go back to work, and that was really hard for me to do. Going back to work because I did not want to leave you with any child care provider because I just didn't trust anybody. So we actually found a very good child care provider that lived across the street from us, and she worked through a service, and she was excellent. Her name was Linda. I'll never forget her. But her entire house was refurbished into a daycare. And the basement had 2 fire escapes. She had a 10-foot privacy fence, make sure the kids were safe. She had cameras in the home. I mean, she was wonderful. And that was back in 2001. So that's 17 years from now. She was an excellent daycare provider. Ivana never had any diaper rashes. She always took pictures of all activities. We have video footage of the child's daily activity, video footage, which a lot of people should request for child care, is having video footage of your child's child care provider. Because people are doing all different types of stuff to these children out here. They're hitting them upside their head. They're smacking them. They're treating them bad. They're throwing them in the beds. They're doing all kind of stuff to these kids out here. So it's very good to have video footage where you're going to take your child at so that you can see what's going on with them daily.
Okay. What has been the most rewarding thing about being a mom?
You're here.
Oh my God.
Thank God. And I love you. Okay.
Okay. What was the best memory you have involving me?
Oh, the best memory I had involving you. She escaped from her little kitty cage thingy. It was shaped like an octagon, and it didn't have a lid or nothing. It didn't have a top to it. It was like a fence type looking thing, and it was shaped like an octagon. Well, I put her in there, and she had her little blankie in there and her little toys and all of that, and it was shaped up square. It was probably like 4 feet wide in diameter, all the way around an octagon shape, and it was about 3.5 feet tall. Well, I put you in there, and oh boy, the dogs are going out.
Okay, we're back after
we're
the
back.
dogs.
A short intermission. Peanuts and popcorn dancing across the bottom of the screen. Okay. All right.
Okay. Here's the last question. I'm gonna ask off of this. I'm gonna ask some questions. What was the most exciting milestone?
Exciting milestone. My most exciting milestone. This is dealing with you, right?
Mhm.
Most exciting milestone that you picked up and played the violin very, very quick. I mean, it was like in a matter of months you caught on so quick, and I was like, wow, she's fabulous. She's gonna be famous. Yeah, she is. She's gonna be famous. She's famous already because you're gonna make her famous.
Oh my God.
Aren't you? All you people out there, you're gonna make my daughter famous because she is. And she's gonna play a little song for you. Go in there and get your violin.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my.
Come on.
Woo.
I'd like to see it.
See how the talent goes here.
That's for another video.
This for, oh, yeah.
Okay, so I have a question. So, how did you feel when you... Okay. How did you feel when you found out I was a furry?
How did I feel when I found out you was a furry? Well, I was like, this is exciting. We're gonna have a big stuffed animal in the house. And it's gonna be live. It's gonna be fabulous. So I was really excited, and I'm just overwhelmed at the achievements that Ivana has made. I'm just overwhelmed. I'm just so excited. And I was just literally flabbergasted. I was floored that you can actually make these costumes and do all your good stuff there, because it takes a lot of time and a lot of talent to do one of these costumes.
So that concludes our video. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah, I
The next
did.
video I'm doing with my mom is going to be a Bean Boozled challenge. So guys,
Oh,
watch out for
Lord
that.
Jesus. Something else. I thought it was all over. It never ends. With this one here, I'm telling you, that's what booger nose kids are all about.
So guys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, she's gonna ask me the questions.
Okay. It says,
Oh my god. Okay, Queen.
okay.